Oh, well, let's get the mic closer. There we go. All right, then. So, settings have changed around again. Basically, every time I start up this thing, it's a different setup than before. I now have a mic stand, so the mic is like literally an inch away from my face at all times, which is super comfortable. Yeah, I guess we can just go ahead and jump right into this thing. Let's pull up my notes so we can check what is my to-do list. So we just gotta fix around the lighting a bit more and do some final touches. I can already see some things that I'm gonna be doing later. Obviously, like usual, let me know if there's gonna be any issues with the audio or any issues with the I guess mainly just the audio. I don't really know how it sounds until the recording's up, so. But anyways, yeah. I've also switched around my tools, so now you can see the overview at the bottom right. I realized it's always been there. I never use it, but it's always been there. But I didn't realize that the chat box was covering it up, so now you guys can actually see like the overall piece even when I'm working on like a specific detail. I think that helped. Let me try to find what layer I want to be working on. I think for now I want to just start adding some shiny stuff to all the desk items. So let me find a desk. No. Desk. Okay. So we're gonna create a new layer. Grab that pink. Magenta. Use the pencil. Pencil is always a good direct light. I don't think I really need to use a select tool. Ooh, what do we use? I'm not sure what that was. Get a really fine pencil. Get a really fine pencil. Is that the right? On second thought, maybe let's use the airbrush for a little bit and then use the pencil for some more direct lighting. Something about that feels wrong. I think I might have. I think I have the wrong lighting color. Where's all the other one? A little soft glow on some of the ridges and stuff. This one's a little bit tougher because I didn't actually separate every single individual item on the desk. It's kind of just like a general desk clutter layer. Like I always say, it's you always end up regretting when you don't split the layers up. And I mean, we can work through it. It's gonna be, everything's okay. This isn't gonna be ruined or anything just because it's a little messy. Like this is all just background clutter that I'm actually planning on just darkening overall, because I think I'm just gonna put like a black transparent layer just to like darken everything except from rear, just a touch, just a hair, because I think some things are just a little bit distractingly bright. I think particularly the Hatsune Miku poster, I think that's the only one where it's like, why is it so attention grabbing? But we'll have to see. I'm trying to think what else would get hit by on the desk would be hit by the light. I think just like a touch of the modem. It's also the keyboard, but it's completely blocked by the gamer chair, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I think pretty much everything else is free. kind of hard to tell with this monitor too. Yeah, that doesn't do much. I think we could just leave it there. How about a big soft glow on the desk? Let me grab the desk. Select from opaque. And just lightly brush it with some paint. I said lightly. I'm on the wrong layer. The general height. Maybe do even another layer. That way we can mess with the opacity later. So make it stupid bright. And then, like, maybe a multiply? Not a multiply. Maybe an overlay. Not an overlay. Soft light. We're just gonna keep messing with the different types of layers. Screen actually kind of work. Let's see if we can like really dampen it down. Maybe if we erase from it in some key areas. It doesn't add too much, but I think I'll leave it there. I won't delete it. It was more of an experiment for the time, but now I think we're just gonna go and deselect so we can actually see what it looks like. Yeah, just a little detail. You can kind of generally tell there's like just the basic shape of a shadow there. Okay, I think that we're getting close to pretty much everything that needs to be hit directly by the pink light. I didn't mean to zoom in that much. So I did get the chair in the last stream. Okay. So from there, we could start hitting things with a little bit of the blue LEDs. So let's head back to Maria's. What did I name this one? Pink Glow 1 and 2. I'm having to do that because sometimes the if you have a multiplier layer and you combine it with another multiplier layer, they'll end up like looking completely different when you combine them. So I just have 1 and 2. And then I'll just flatten everything whenever it's fully done. After my streams, I try to organize everything and combine everything so it takes up less room, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes they just really don't want to move. They really don't want to budge. So let's try a little bit of blue. And let's start with the softer light, like the airbrush first. It's on erase. It's not doing anything. Ah! I forgot we need to select her layers first. Head back to the layer. Bop. Okay. Now it's starting to think that we're getting to the point where it's the blue light shouldn't be showing up from this far, because it's kind of just a very soft blue light. I mean, they're LEDs, but soft anyways. It's kind of fix the shapes a bit. Come on, please, and in between. There's got to be something in between chunky and tiny. And spindly. Go. What does this layer look like? Okay. Trying to see where it shows up. Grab. Kind of really just push it onto the chest. Let's just ignore that it said. And I put a little bit right here, but I don't think it's actually going to show up like at all. So let's really thin this out. Okay. I think it's fine on the little, I don't know what to call these drawstrings. There you go. The belt actually looks great there with a little bit of blue hitting it too. There's a word for that kind of light, the reflective light. There we go. See, I'm smart. I'm an artist. I know what I'm doing. All right. Then we're gonna do another layer, and we're gonna do like the direct. So now we can pull the pencil out and just do some quick little sheen. Oh, I need to fix these shoelaces. Well, I mean, come on. They're so tiny. No, I'll go back and fix them. Okay. Deselect. Immediately started making random marks. All right. I think to also add to this, I just hit the microphone. I hope that didn't make a really loud noise. I think what I also need to do is also add like a glow coming from this end so you can tell that it's coming from off panel. So let's go ahead and make that layer. Down to the floor. Let's just do it right above the rug because that's basically the only other place where it'll show up. Maybe above the shadows too. So let's get the airbrush, make a fat old airbrush. Bah, chonky boy. Nothing's happening because it's still on erase. I'm an idiot. Let's fix that. All right. And we're just gonna load the opacity. Bet. Thank God for opacity slashers, man. Could be better. Hold on. Let's try doing a gradient. That's not how I wanted that to go. There's a wire so in the middle of this, so I'm having a little bit of trouble. It's not the perfect setup. But I hope it at least improves things. What am I doing? Oh, it's on foreground to transparent. I feel like this should be the default. I don't know why the default is whatever your background color is. Maybe smarter people use the background colors, but I don't know. Maybe multiply as well? No. I don't know why I thought that would work. Screen might, because that worked on the table. A reasonable level for the amount of light that's hitting her. Around it's like 10%, 16% area. Still feels a little too strong. So maybe 10% then. Yeah, just like a little soft glow. You can tell like this floor over here. Got a little bit of banding, which is really annoying, but I think whenever you zoom out, it's not that noticeable. Okay. That might be all the real lighting I need to worry about. Oh, well, no, hold on. We're getting too excited. I forgot. How could I forget the main character? Gamer chair. Oh, that's all of them. Whoops. There. Oop, nope. There we go. So right above that, grab the... Go ahead and grab the entire layer first. Select. From opaque, place, go back to the layer so we don't make a mistake. And then brush, bip, pop. Okay, not enough pop. Now we're gonna need a way smaller brush. Ooh, this song weirds me out. As soon as I hear words, my brain's like, no, we can't listen to that. Which is weird because I do listen to just regular music whenever I'm working on my own. I guess when I'm streaming, hearing somebody talk that isn't me freaks me out. Something social anxiety. Having a light here feels right, but not all the way over here. Maybe just like a really soft light. Closer towards the center. No, I'm overthinking it there. I am gonna erase a little bit. This I want it softer, but I'm also gonna lower it because I don't want to completely it. Like bigger. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Too big, too big. Now full. We're gonna erase. I don't know why I just changed it. If I want it to erase a little bit of there because I see it overreaching. And then just like softly erase from here because it's not going to extend all the way up. So the further it goes up, the softer it should be. I think I just accidentally erased the center part. Now you should be able to catch less of me clicking every time I make a stroke. Okay. Deselect, let's see where we're at. That's nice. Like, reselect, then we're gonna do the direct lighting on another layer. So the parts that are getting directly hit are gonna get just like a little. Just a little. Gabagool, you know? Let me actually erase this little patch right here. Now that kind of extended past where I wanted it to. That's the issue with going with too much airbrushing. Kind of start hitting areas you don't mean to, unless you're like super careful with how you use it. And I'm not really one for being careful. I think that's all now. Go ahead and select, deselect. There we go. Edge lighting is something I'm learning a lot more about, or one I've recently started implementing that I think has really kind of like elevated my art just a touch. I don't know why I'm saying just a touch, but we're just gonna leave that there. I think another area that's gonna get hit is a little bit of the desk, so let's go and pop that up. Where do we have the how? Is the PC tower part of this? Where's that? There it is. So basically just above that. I'm gonna have a little bit of lighting here too. From where the LEDs are gonna hit everything. I think it's fine for the background to be a little rough. It's just an idea. Let me see how it looks from far. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Let me fill it in a little bit more. Make it a little cleaner. This would have been something I should have done with the flats, but it didn't occur to me with the lighting until now. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Go ahead and a little inch up here. A little inch over here. There we go. All right, I think now we're done with the lighting. Let me just double check. And we're gonna get this layer. I think this should also get hit just a touch too. Looks weird without the glow, so let me get that. Sorry, I was resting my leg under my butt because I don't know how to sit like a normal human. And pulling it out was hard. Trying to soften it because it looks a little strong right now. Here. And then I'm also going to soften the direct light too. Man, I remember my first digital art trying to do it on GIMP. None of these were possible. Like it was rough. And I just grit my teeth through because I thought it was my only option. I appreciate GIMP for being there, though. I really think it's just ridiculous that any app is anything that's so useful for an artist would like hold themselves over for like monthly pricing schemes that like constantly pull from your wallet. Like just a one-time payment is like ideal, or free, or open. Like Krita and yeah, I actually went ahead and just donated to Krita because it's just like, especially since the last update, I'm just really appreciative for like everything that they've implemented and are continuing to implement for free. Okay, now am I good? Yeah, I think we're good. So now I think we can move on to the final steps. Let me go ahead and flatten that. What I want to do next is go ahead and darken everything that isn't Maria. Just a touch, just a big old bucket fill, and then lower the opacity. So one layer right in between everything. Just gonna get the fill tool. Bip. What did this song just call me? Bah. That's not doing anything. Why do I have an erase bucket? There we go. So now we're gonna just... Where is it? So there it is. Bip, 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 bip. Lower everything. Make it a multiplier layer, actually. So without anything, might erase it around Tetsuya, because I do want him to stand out just a little bit more than the entire background. Or maybe do a glow so you can tell like the monitors. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Not too much, because then Maria's gonna look like she's glowing. Okay. Then I think that's good. And let's erase some of it too. On some key areas. Is that doing anything? No, it's on normal. Whoops. There we go. It's not super noticeable, but just makes it so you can tell like these are, you can kind of tell these are lighting sources. I'm gonna have to fix this. This is an erase. There we go. So with just a slight darkening of everything. And and I think as a multiplier, it preserves some of the lightness of some of the key areas. I think maybe just an additional lightening layer. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's try a luminosity brush. I think this is how this works. We'll find out. I'm gonna erase, of course, doing nothing. Me and not being on the right tool. Imagine that. That's not doing it. So maybe multiply? Nope. We're on erase. I'm gonna scream. Ah! Oh, whoa, that's way too bright. Interesting. Let's try. Oh yeah, let's try that. Let's do another layer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Luminosity. Bigger. Lower opacity. Yeah. Can erase some of this later. We're actually gonna use an even more solid brush. Wait, does this layer have anything on it? Oh, I love creating layers and then doing it on the wrong layer. Oh my goodness. I'm such a good, smart, big person. Okay, we're all right. We're gonna make it. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I just wanted like a layer where you can kind of see like the light actually coming off of it. I like giving the light a little bit of texture too, so I used a chalk brush for that. Trying to see how else can we adjusting this. This is the final touches stage, so we are definitely going to be finishing this by tonight. I'm just looking at some of the little smaller steps that I can take. I think we're going to just darken the Hatsune Miku poster because it's still sticking out like a sore thumb to me. So we're going to select from opaque for the entire group. Then we're just going to make another layer. Bye. And then grab the palettes. Bop, bip, boop. Make it not an erase brush ahead of time before I get angry. Just manhandle that poster. Okay. Select. We can deselect them now. And just bip. Can we make it a multiply? I don't think that changes much. So let's zoom out real quick. Make Hatsune not stand out too much. She's not the star of the show yet. There you go. Easy peasy. Okay. Let me grab this layer again. I also want to make some strokes. That sounds weird. It's on erase. What? Why was that? Oh, whatever. Good. Dampening it a touch. Okay. Alright. And then I also want to darken Tetsuya. There we go. Just a tad. I think I already have a opacity layer on him. But it's not enough. I think because it mostly misses his shirt since it's a multiply layer. And I think the way the multiply works is that if you consider white a 0, if you multiply it by 0, nothing happens. So that's what's happening there. So it's multiplying it by nothing. I think that makes sense. Where is he? We're just gonna grab the group layer. Like opaque, place, easy peasy. Does this have anything on it? Okay, so yeah, this is the one that I made. Same step. We're gonna grab the black. Maybe let's try adding a little bit of color to it, making it like a really dark blue. Oops. Go. Deselect. Then we're just gonna lighten him up. Because he's literally coming from the shadows. And then additionally, we're also gonna... I forgot what I was doing there. Lighten up the face so you see his reaction a little bit more clearly. Just like the head, the chest, just the parts that are actually peeking in. Okay. I think we're about there. I need to stop saying that because I'm always going to find something else to add. It's on a raise. Okay. Oh, too bright. Just for fun, let me see what it looks like. I kind of like this gradient I just added, but it doesn't make an entire ton of sense. That was the statement. Let me see if I can erase some of it. That makes a little more sense. Just got a decent glow up that goes a little bit above it, but not like entirely above it. I think we... Oh, I keep doing it. I keep telling myself that I'm done, and then we're there. We're nearly there. Trying to think if there's anything else that seems off. I mean, the fact that she does have a door, but I mean, I think it's just that the door's on this right side. I just didn't feel like actually like detailing it that completely out, because I mean, it's a door. You can kind of tell that, assume there's gonna be a door, or maybe I don't. But and that'll be something I regret years from now. But for now, I think we get the general layout of the room. I think I'm pretty darn happy with this. And speaking of being pretty darn happy, let me do one last little thing that's always been bothering me since it's been created. We're talking about the Undertale poster. You've been a thorn in my side since I first noticed you. Hold on. The text is too dark. Or too bright. The exact opposite of too dark. Grab blue. There we go. And just ever so gently. Ever so gently. Just tad. Oh, let me zoom out. Like that, right there. We're good. Bam, bit bop boodly bam. ladies and gentlemen, I think we are pretty much there. Let me go ahead and do my favorite step. Delete some layers. Now that I'm gonna keep the lighting guide because that's always a good reference to have after you're done. Oh, that's literally, yeah, I followed that's interesting that I actually followed my own instructions. One last thing. A little bit of a glow to these eyes, so you can tell that originally they were brown before they became like all black orbs. Don't ask me the science behind it. I am but an artist. I do things because they look cool, not because they make sense. All right, I think that's much emphasis I want to put on it. Let me go ahead and sign this sweet thing. I don't know why I said that. Pen's big. Is that how I do my signatures? Hold on. I gotta look at references to find out how I do my signatures. I think this was the first time I did it. Let me check. I changed how I do it because I felt like I needed more flair. One. I think I got that. Okay, yeah. Brush. You guys are seeing live how incredibly smooth my pen game is. We're going back to the regular pen. Oh, this is testing my patience. Maybe it's just that I'm doing it too small. Hold on. Let's just make it huge and then we can shrink it later. Do it from the other. That was insanely easy doing it that way. Bit. I threw away the picture reference. No, why? Okay, yeah, it's just that. Whoa, what are you doing? My pen got stuck onto on, so it's just inking everything I put my mouse over. And today is the 5th. 10, 5, beep, boop. How big is that on the entire thing? Let me zoom out. Zoom out, I said. Zoom out, I said. I was pressing the wrong button. Yeah, it's a little big, so let's go ahead. That's why I do everything on different layers. When I do things correctly, I do it on a different. That's give a little bit more room from the very corner. Oh, that's pretty much where I want it. I honestly didn't think I would finish it today, which is kind of hilarious because there really wasn't too much for me to do. Some last step. Go and mix everything. Gonna group everything. Duplicate it. Flatten this, merge this group. So it's just one layer. Is that working correct? Why is there a copy of group 50? Is this just everything that didn't fit on the canvas? Weird. Okay, so now it's just one flat image that we can mess with the color. And so now we're gonna, I'm not sure if this is gonna show up. Let me check. We're gonna mess with the color adjustment curves. That's weird, none of it's showing up. I guess you guys will see me tweaking it, so everything with the colors boosted. Usually I think oversaturation is kind of obnoxious to look at, but I think this actually does look nice with the colors boosted this way. It makes everything feel firm and less gray. Okay. And then the last one I like to do is just mess with the color balance a bit. So shadows, just for fun, let's see what it all looks like. That everything's a shadow, I guess. I think it's nice. And we're not gonna do that because that messes with the like entire thing. So I don't want everything to be kind of bathed into a redness or blue or any color. I just want whatever colors I put on there to be what they were. I think it's already kind of balanced pretty well, at least, you know, in my humble opinion. Is everything less detailed? Sorry for the flashing white. No, I think I'm overreacting. Wait, hold on. Now we're good. I thought everything was blurry, but that was just... Alright. So, we're done. Now it's not a joke. We're done. Pull up the list for the last time. And just toss in the trash. There's no to do. We're going to keep the lighting guide because I like to use this as a reference whenever I'm done with pictures. Save it. I'm trying to think what we can do with it. So let's go and show where I started from. My original rendition of Hatsune Miku wasn't impeccable. I think I had more desk clutter. I had some like trash just like on the floor. I had the headphones over here hanging from it. Webcam. The table I knew was different. I think it was a planner originally, and then I changed it afterwards. There was also 2 rugs instead of just the one, but I felt like having 2 different rugs like right next to each other felt a little unnecessary. Tetsuyu I didn't do at all until like I was actually in the inking process. Oh yeah, here's the original Maria. Let me take off the background line art. The original, I've already talked about this in previous streams, but originally she had her arms high up, and for some reason it just wasn't working for me in the perspective because I wanted things to get shorter as it was going backwards. So this should be getting smaller, and it wasn't. But so then I just went for a lower position because here you can see it does get smaller and shorter in as the elbow goes back, but then gets big again when it comes towards the camera. So yeah, this is the original sketch where I was trying to lay down the anatomy of her pose. So too many lines. So from here to here. And this would also be tweaked so her more of her was at the center of the image, so you can see she's like entirely originally she was like entirely just pushed to the side, and I tweaked it around her pose to like have her kind of swing around. How does this look flipped around? There's a button. Yeah, you can see that she kind of swooped better from that angle. And then here it's just like straight as a board. The original gamer chair, who could forget? Yeah, and then you can see even here, like these little dots were supposed to be where the LED strips were. Whenever I got into the piece, I decided that it'd be better one light from one angle, one light from the other angle. But because this is just kind of goes into the ether, into the nothingness, you're not going to see the LED strips. And I think actually most people who do have these LED strip rooms would have it like along the floor, so it would be under this desk. But that caused like more chaos, more distractions underneath the desk than were necessary. So we just didn't deal with that. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I think most people would have it a certain way, but for the sake of like a cohesive piece, I decided to make it a little bit simple. There she goes. Maria's done. She is a gamer Nost. She is a Nosferatu from Vampire the Masquerade. She is anarch, and she has hopes of becoming a streaming celebrity that both humans and kindred can enjoy alike. They can all like find this place to be comfortable around each other and enjoy each other's company. With you know, only the kindred knowing anything the wiser, like with specific references. Obviously, this is like very Masquerade breaking. She doesn't actually show her face for good reason. That'd be like an instant break. That's why she has her sire over here, who is like super old school, who's like losing his mind noticing her taking a selfie. Like he keeps her in line, and he's catching her like not going overboard. Yeah, I really enjoyed making this character. This one was probably the silliest character I made. I liked having her be this like silly character you would see in like an anime, and then for more serious Nosferatu players, I have her sire being this super clean cut. Trying to think of what to say. A lot more serious. His story has like no silliness, no comedy to it. While hers does have like elements of being just a goofy character. So you know, a little bit of both styles. I think we can go ahead and get started on the next one with how much time we have. But we might also just have some fun. Let me save this piece. And let me also go ahead and export everything. Well, actually, we can save that exporting and everything for later. I don't want to be too boring. Has her teeth always been that yellow? It was a good choice. I like it. So she is the third one. Let me go and pull out some other ones. And just see. This one's already been posted to the Instagram. This is the second of my 14 now. Which, by the way, I have released the 14th vampire. The last one was Lisbeth the Malkavian. It was easily one of my favorite designs that I did for all these characters. Like, the Malkavians are such a blast. Like, there's no boringness to them. Like, you can't be boring with a Malkavian. They have to be, like, exciting creatures. Yeah, this is the Tremere. Tremere are also very fun and stylish. They get like all your Harry Potter urges like into a vampire. This one was very fun to do. I love kind of like imagining like this mystical magic fluid, like just a stylish river of blood. Every time I make a magic character, just this. They have this like flow, this energy that like coils around them. And in this case, being a Tremere, it's blood. Okay, and then another one, the first of the series, when I first decided I was going to be doing. Took me a little while to find it. Hold on. There we go, Connor. Connor is a Toreador. This image I had in my head of just like him, just in a sad boy corner, you can call it. He has like all this poetry with like little sketches on him. He's kind of obsessed with like making poetry about like heartbreak and stuff like that. Very artsy, very Toreador. But it's kind of like I wanted to reflect that like he kind of drives himself a little bit over the edge. Like he goes a bit far with how like much he concerns himself with his poetry. Like there's a dedication to your art, and then there's like the point where you're actually like no longer functioning as a human being, which I guess he isn't anyways. Plus the subtle, or maybe not so subtle, maybe it's a blood streak. Yeah, okay, no, it's not very subtle at all, but you can kind of tell like he did some nastiness in the background. The idea is that he kind of like he's an enforcer for the Camarilla, or at least he was. He after this specific moment, he decides that he is going to betray the Camarilla, but he's very valuable to the Camarilla because he executes people who get a little bit too close to the kindred, to the tower, any humans or anything, and he executes them in a way that it appears like an accident. It appears like somebody else that could be framed. So like maybe an ex-boyfriend. He understands the passion and the anger that comes with that. So he uses it to set up these scenes. And that kind of like really wears down on him. It's like he understands it, but like he doesn't like that he understands it. He thinks about how it reflects on who he is as a human being. / kindred. I think one of my favorite parts was that I was able to make this tattoo. Like I really like how this ended up looking. Just the options that I have with digital art are so much easier. Plus, this was when I first started to realize how effective letting the rough brushes work for me was. like just letting these paint strokes kind of just like fill everything out and give everything this texture, give everything emotion. Because I mean, I love how it was a very weird choice at the time for me. Like I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, but now that I've moved on from this piece, like I'm really glad with how gritty and nasty I just left the shadows be. And yeah, this was my signature for everything originally because I just wanted something that was very legible, but now I want something with a little bit more flair. Because usually for me, when it comes to signatures, for artists that I see, comic book artists, the ones that have like very unique signatures are always the ones that stand out to me, even if they don't actually like say their name. So like Mike Mignola has a very simple, just square with an M on it. And that's like a very obvious, like as soon as you see that, you know exactly who it is, especially if you know what to look for. So I kind of wanted something that kind of had a little bit more of a unique flair to it. But yeah, it's all the vampire. I didn't really have a plan on what to do with the rest of this time. So I think we're just going to go ahead and start on the next one. For my own sake, let me figure out what size I made this one. It's 1920 by 1357. Did I always do pictures at? Let me double check. No, I didn't. Why is this one so much bigger? What was Catalina? Yeah, it's 2480 by. So I think I might have accidentally shrunk down Maria at some point and forgot to change it back, which is no good. But we're at, it's fine. I'm kind of just sitting here a little stunned that I did that, but we're just gonna move on with the next one. I already forgot the numbers, so I'm gonna have to open it up again. Two 480, 350. They don't have to be consistent or anything, but my brain wants to. Okay, so that's gonna be A4 at 300 PPI. But so the next character in the series would be one. I don't actually have. Where are? There we go. Okay, so this one's gonna be an exciting one. It's gonna be Araceli, the Ravnos. So she is very clearly themed after a Tomb Raider, Lara Croft type. There's big, there's little differences that I made. I mean, it's not Lara Croft. Like she has her own entirely different backstory and everything. But I definitely themed her visuals after that. Because I mean, who doesn't love Lara Croft? So I think we're gonna do something like this scene right here, but a little bit, definitely at a different angle, where she's stealing like this artifact from this tomb of like ancient vampires, ancient Sabbat. Although I guess this was a very early period in me looking into like all the ins and outs of Vampire and Masquerade lore. So I don't even know if ancient vampire Sabbat would exist. And I mean like ancient, like a Mayan temple, like the Mayan civilization is what I was imagining when I did that. Okay. So let's just get started on some basic sketching. Create a new layer. Grab my pencil, because what else would you start with? Grab a good color. I always like to sketch in blue. So this would be the entire place. Let me zoom out and focus on this as my reference. So she's a treasure hunter. She goes to ancient civilizations and tries to look for kindred artifacts for like the Node Research Society. Nod. So I want her taking up like almost the entire picture. Let's try putting her hand here. No, let's... This is going to be the first time we see me drawing this from scratch, which is slightly terrifying for me, but we'll vibe. So let's make this a little bit. Pop this out. Let's cock her shoulder a bit. And let's go the exact opposite direction immediately. There's a whole bunch of rules on exactly how to make like dynamic poses, but right now my rule of thumb is kind of just pop things in the opposite direction. I think I made her hips way too wide, or maybe I just made the pelvis way too long. Let me shorten that. So this one can go into the background. So it's like it's basically all I need. All right, so I'm liking where this starting at least. This is already pretty close to exactly what I was picturing in my head, pose wise. And we're gonna clear things up the further we get along. I'm gonna lower the opacity and start again. Just trying to get everything a little bit closer to where I need. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Such a pretty smile. See? She's having fun. He's got big, strong arms. Trying to keep the anatomy in mind. It's already looking a little bit wonky, but we'll just keep working on it. I think it's because my brain is conflicting and I'm twisting one side and twisting the other side, so she's basically looking like this. She's looking like like a slightly open book. her chest. So my brain's like really trying to understand what the heck is going on. There we go. I think that's what I'm missing. This shoulder needs to be like towards the camera. There we go. Hold on. I think I got it. Her chest is like cocked to the side. Let me grab the eraser. There we go. It's starting to come together in my head. Pop that out a bit. So this is where the legs started. Trying to think of like a natural kind of free-flowing swinging position where her legs would go. I think this one we're gonna keep down. That. And this one goes up towards it directly at the camera. Like her leg is like literally leading us to the next page. This is probably how Spider-Man artists like think about going through with him. She's gonna be carrying a book, like the kindred artifact that she came there for. This like comes down. I think we can make it a little bit more dynamic by having her toes directly looking at the camera too. Her toes sniff snorf. I'll let the demons out for a second there. There we go. Then let's try moving her around. So she's definitely gonna be the center, but I'm just tweaking things around. Maybe even add an angle like that. You take around off the original one. Make her even bigger. Oh, let me lock the proportions. I think what I even want to do is just make things as extreme as possible, honestly. And that's definitely how Spider-Man artists think. They're just like, how can we break Spider-Man physically? But beep 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 X V. So now we have two separate parts. Go and deselect. Now I'm really going crazy. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Somebody stop me. You fix. Put the center like right here. Let's change it. Let's put it back where it was. Done it. All right. I don't even know what the original was at this point. Kind of like. Probably should have made a copy so I could see the original. I'm trying to think of how I can bring back the original. I think I did it. Hold on. Beep, beep. Gonna be one group. Beep, beep. Beep. There we go. So here's one, here's two. One. See, I like how this makes her seem a little bit more active, but I do like how interesting this angle is with her kind of leaning back. Like this one seems like more alert, almost like she's doing a karate kick. So she seems a lot more in control. But this one just seems a little bit more fun. So I'm not sure which one I like better. Hold on. There we go. Nope. Stop. Oh my goodness, I'm having an aneurysm. There we go. With this one, I think I'm going to direct the leg a little bit lower and then make this a little bit more straight. So it would need some tweaking on this one, but this is the original. I don't know. It's hard when I like both. I think we're gonna go with this one because I think the control is a little bit better. Plus, I think it's gonna show off a little bit more of the arm muscle, which is something that's important to me apparently. And I think it makes more sense for her to like actually be moving towards the direction in this way. It's a small little tweak. It's just my opinion, but you know, who are we trying to please here? So we're gonna put you down. Put you on top. I'm gonna do exactly the same way. This one's gonna be probably the final sketch one, so this one's gonna have a lot more detail. A lot more of the key details. Ooh. Grab my pencil. There we go. It wouldn't let me zoom. So, oops. Kind of straighten this out. She's puffing her chest out. Why is everything so slow? Is it recording? I think sometimes it can get a little clunky if things are recording. I have it on by default, so Okay. Also for Maria, I'm going to try compiling all the videos into one gigantic time lapse. So it will still be the usual 10 to 15 minutes time lapse, but it'll be every single time lapse starting from the very first stream with her. It won't be from this initial sketching. I think I started already when I had like the very, very like simple flats. I think maybe some of the inking was all I was waiting on. Okay, let's back to this. Focus where we're at. I'm gonna make this one the anatomy part. So this is where you see all the like building blocks of everything. I want to straighten out the neck a bit more. The head, I mean, like the entire head. I want to be a little bit more straight. Like I said, more commanding, more assertive. Like she's actually like, she's not just having fun, but she's still gonna have the same smile, but she's also like alert of where she's going with where their swing. Not just playing on a swing set. Sort of neck. You'd be twisting it pretty hard to get there, but I think that's fine. And that's kind of the point. Maybe let's round this out a bit, facing a little bit more towards the camera instead of directly a side view. I think at this angle, her pelvic bone would really pop out here. Chin, jout. Trying to remember what her body shape is. Okay. I definitely remember that she's very muscular. I think the body type I was thinking whenever I started working on this was like swimmers. Real quick, let me make a layer to make things less bright on my eyes. Just fill everything with some kind of color. This probably won't be in the final, but where are they? Here it is. Fill tool, palette, but just some kind of like neutral gray and that doesn't like bit too colored, a little bit brighter. Maybe like a step above that. Yeah, we'll just keep there. Well, there we go. I like this one. Okay, back to this. I actually really like doing this right now. Where's that color again? Working out the anatomy live feels very satisfying. Anatomy's always been like my favorite aspect of doing any of these kind of drawings. I'm gonna do on another layer the rest of it. So let's line this. This is gonna be the layer where we actually do the... So this is just sharply going to the right. This is her leading foot. Trying to thicken it up. I know some people have really spindly legs, but I don't want to make it too spindly. I'm gonna go pencil, bip, bip. I got really terrified for a second there. I think I remember turning off my camera, my overlay, to show my nephews what my stream setup. Bet I didn't remember if I turned it back on, but we're good. And this one I said point brick down. Like very sharp. Bit like a knife. Where's the thumb at this angle? The thumb would be here. So then all the other fingers would just coil around here. Then this would be where all the rope is. Let me put that in another color. Kind of cheating, but we do what we need. There. And then it goes kind of under the shoulder, comes back around. Or maybe, what if we instead go the other arm? Maybe kind of add to the silhouette. Kind of wraps underneath the leg and goes. Might be overthinking the rope physics a bit. Hold on, let me check something. Let's look at pictures of Tarzan real quick. When in doubt, use Disney. Disney's a classic. Because I think I remember seeing at one point that he wrapped something in between his toes. Which I don't think I'm gonna do, but at least give the impression of where she's kind of like hooking onto it for support. Sorry for nothing happening on screen. I'm just looking through images to try to ascertain how I'm gonna handle it. I think we're gonna keep it at tucking it under the shoulder. That's kind of just the most. It's usually just seems like it's just the hands and the shoulder, with occasionally Tarzan from Disney doing it just with his toes. But we're not gonna have her swinging from her toes. So just like tucked underneath her arm and then like just freely swinging. I don't like how that looks. Again, I'm thinking of the rope mechanics probably a little bit too much, but going back. Then it tucks under her shoulder. So this is all going behind her body. Maybe just a little bit of it whipping that way, and probably ends around here. We'll think later about the mechanics. I think that's good enough for now. Let me just get back into okay. Always make an enormous head, so let's scale that down a bit. And then big old grin. Cheekbones. How does her hair go? Okay. Then her ponytail. Get back to the feet. This one I want to be kicked up towards the camera. She'll obviously be wearing shoes, but just so I can kind of figure things out real quick. So I can tell it looks right anatomically before we put all the clothes on. There you go. I like that. I really like that midsection. That the way this is bending is really interesting to me. I like it. It's really dynamic. Okay, good. Let me merge. Well, actually, let me just group. I'm gonna move it around. Let me put these in the center. Just to mark out where the center of the drawing is. It sounded like something plugged out. But I think we're good. Alright, so I want her to be like in the center, so. Gonna keep tweaking her until I'm happy. All right, now I think we're there. Okay. So we're going to lower the opacity, and now this should be the one with all the decorations and everything, all the clothing and everything. So now we get into all the details. Take it. How sharp is her chin? Pretty sharp. It has just a little bit of a... I know she's got big, very nice cheekbones. Too early. She's got kind of big ears. Nothing wrong with that. think she has a skinny nose. Wait, I forgot to check. Let's fix this later. Maybe a little, the bottom of her eyes are a little higher because she's smiling. Always draw people bald first. Okay. It's gonna need some tweaking. I know this looks off, but I'm trying to figure out why. I started painting on my streaming application for a second. I think the issue is that her eye is, or her half of her face is slightly shorter than the other side. Turn it out. Big erase. Okay, this is getting annoying. She also looks kind of more evil than I'm intending, so I'm gonna have to resolve that. Okay. We're reaching the pretty much the end point is. Okay. Don't want to get too wrapped up in it again. So yeah, we're already starting on the next one. I'm very excited to get this one worked on. I really like the pose. I think there's things we need to tweak maybe, but we'll just keep working along until we figure it out. Now that I think about it, I think what needs to be fixed is that her head is just not focused. Her foot. Let's try. I'm really gonna have to group. Now. Hmm. Trying to mess with the perspective a bit. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just playing around with it now. I do like this bigger size a little better. Push them further. There we go. I think this is what I like best. Alright, now we're gonna be done for now. So this one, let me get a name for it. Her name is Eris. What could we title Araceli? So Connor is finding the right word. Catalina is embrace the ember. Maria is enjoying unlife. Araceli. New checks. I think I have a name for her already, like a tagline for her on DeviantArt. My DeviantArt is, by the way, Devil's Dark Messiah. I've been a DeviantArt user for, I want to say a decade. How long has it been? 8 years, almost. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, I've been using it since middle school. I always like to check on there, even if it's filled with a bunch of, you know, I think everybody who uses DeviantArt knows that it has like a very weird amount of art. Like, I mean, you don't get like just the great art, you get the great art and a lot of stuff that's wild. But, you know, it's all art. Okay, so I named her Immortal Troublemaker. I think I want to do some maybe on the run. Okay, because she's in the middle of running. I think in this area, this gap over here, we're gonna have like a kind of like the ancient Sabat tribe that she's running away from in this picture. I went for more of the shovel heads as like silhouettes. Thought it was a fun effect, especially since it's only a small sketch. Yeah, this one should be really exciting. And let me go ahead and pull out, just for one last look, our main Ghoul. If I can find the main Ghoul. Load, please. There we go. Maria, the gamer Nas. I'm really happy with how hers came out. It took a long time, but I'm glad. I didn't expect this to be the final session with her, but I'm not mad. I'm glad when I surprise myself. I think it came out pretty much exactly like I wanted it to. Like, there's nothing there. I haven't, at this moment, I have no critiques. I think I did a really good job. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for being here. Anybody that ended up peeking in, even if it was only for a moment. If you want to catch my other streams, I have an archive stream with just Raul A. Pena full streams. I have a time lapse that'll go up every Monday. Those are on just the Raul A. Pena channel, the highlights channel. Both should be linked down in the Twitch description about all that. Check out my Instagram. I always post all my work on there, at least once a week. And my DeviantArt, Devil's Dark Messiah. I a little slower on that one, but I like to keep it up to date because I'm pretty active, at least as a user on DeviantArt. I'm just a little slow when it comes to actually pushing stuff out. All right. Hope everybody has a good night.